Wait, they
I
were
had a
giving
couple
tall
shots.
boy IPAs?
Yeah. Oh, and we're live. Bam. We're live.
Yeah. Yeah. Tall boy IPAs are dangerous.
Yeah. And some Jello shots and some apple pie shots. I'm a big fan
Apple
of trick
pie,
or
that,
treating.
that usually equates to moonshine.
That's what it felt like. Bam, we're live. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
You want to do a cheers?
Halloween.
Everybody got their beer?
I don't have a beer, but I'll cheers.
Cheers. All right. I got a beer.
I got one.
Hey, baby.
I got a beer.
I got a beer.
Well, hopefully everybody's enjoying some candy, some beer, whatever you're doing on Halloween night. Got some candy for him.
Yep. I dressed up
Snickers plug.
I dressed up for Halloween.
Yeah, I dressed up as Howling Wolf Malt Liquor, Matt Scott. Dave, what'd you dress up as?
I wore my Misfit shirt today, like I do on Halloween for tradition.
That is tradition. Love it.
It's very nice.
Some nice rock and roll right there. Some punk rock. We listened to Halloween a few times today. The song.
The Misfits version or the AFI version?
Both. I hate to say it, but they like the AFI version better because it's faster.
I mean, I kind of like polished. The AFI version better.
I know, it's more polished. It's like more intense.
Does kick ass.
It does. Yeah, they like that one more, so we usually play it more because it's just faster, more intense. Well, welcome to the Movie Podium. We're a weekly podcast where we collectively choose a movie to watch, and at the end of the week, we get together and talk about it. It's kind of like a book club.
But for movies.
It's Eric's for movies.
Yeah.
Dave, it's but for movies.
We got to do it for Eric.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Did Kevin freeze?
Maybe. We also came up with a set of questions to ask ourselves as we watch this film, such as, is this a podium movie or top 3 in the its respective release? I'm not tipsy at all. Oh, we'll cut it. Oh, just kidding. We're live. This week's film happens to take place on Halloween, just like tonight. What do you know? Wonder why we did that. And without further ado, we present our next movie. And since Eric's not here, I will play the trailer.
You got it. Careful.
Ran, maybe? Oh, here we go. Careful. There could be some danger.
Halloween night. A small American town. 15 years ago. Michael? Halloween.
So I cut that for sure. It was like 2 minutes, and I was like, let's get a couple little things in there.
No, man, we should have sat here and watched the whole 2-minute trailer. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
really,
and then YouTube
really just add to the suspense of everything.
Yeah, YouTube would love that.
The trailer doesn't do anything.
No, actually, old trailers. But honestly, that's kind of a way I wish it still was, right? You watch a trailer now, and it's like, oh, just watch the entire movie.
I could see John Carpenter being litigious.
Yep. All right. Well, I'm Matt Scott. I'm the host. I'm with my dudes, Dave.
Hi, Matt.
And since there's only 3 of us, Kevin gets a long version of his song, Cooking with Kevin.
Oh,
Cooking with Kevin.
There it is. Hey,
Cooking with Kevin.
That's me.
He's whipping up food to put you in the mood. He's got a little liquid courage that makes him a better cook. To see him in action, come and take a look
that is a very long version.
Cooking with Kevin. Cooking with Kevin.
Oh, I'm hoping somebody's watching or listening. All right. What's up, Cooking with Kevin?
So I'm doing submersive vegetables tonight.
Oh my god, it's still playing.
What the hell is that? Oh, that's me. That's still
Oh my
me.
God. It's
I'm
the
cooking
entire
up. I'm putting some vegetables in this today.
I can't believe we didn't cut it.
I thought you were doing it on purpose.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
realize it was that long. That's awesome. Wow, that's hilarious. Well, before we get into the episode, we got to thank everyone for checking us out live and all our Patreon supporters who've been following us on our podcast journey. Thanks, guys.
Spanks.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, I feel like we have something for that. I just don't know where it is. Sweet.
You guys can tell Matt does this a lot.
Yep, used to, but we are on StreamYard now. Hey, StreamYard, I can do this. Oh, we're live on StreamYard. I can at least, I found it actually. Thanks everybody on Patreon. Oh, there's the logo. Oh, yeah, who knows?
Not anything. That just looks like
Let's
a little
continue.
black
Yeah,
blob.
lame. All right, ready for some random ass facts?
Certainly.
Hit them with me.
Sweet.
Fatality.
Hit him with me.
Fatality.
All right. Well, this got to
Hit him with me. Hit me with him. That's what you meant to say, Kevin. Hit me with
Who's had more, me or Kevin?
him.
All right. So this got a 7.7 on IMDb. Thor 0.7.
I was gonna say.
Is it better than Thor?
Yes.
I'd say so too. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Babe?
Thor 0.7. It would probably be a perfect estimate on this.
Yeah,
one.
I even maybe go Thor 0.5, but we're
I'd
splitting hairs
put
at that
this
point.
movie on par with Thor.
Really? Yeah, I think it's decent.
It's
It's not my favorite, but it's
just
decent.
It's just those old movies. It's just the vibe that they put off for me.
Is good or bad?
A mixture of both.
How so?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah, well, I'm going to go more deep into this, but I don't want to do this
How
right
deep?
off the bat because it goes into the questions of
All right.
later.
All right. Fair enough. All right. So let's see. First of all, this is Jamie Lee Curtis's feature debut. Can you believe it?
I believe it.
Yes. I saw
How old
that.
was she though?
She was 17 or 18.
I knew she was young,
Yeah, 17
Really?
or 18.
but still
She
young.
looked like she.
Young
I
people.
thought she looked older, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Young people looked old back then. For
Yeah,
whatever.
back then. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
she
would
looked like
agree
she
with
was
that.
like 35 in this movie. She
I know,
looked
that's what
older
I
in this
thought.
movie than she did
I
in True
wouldn't peg her
Lies. It's
that
weird.
old, but I would definitely say like early 20s.
Yeah, so she was, I want to say 18, 19, anywhere from 17 to 19, so not too bad. This actually took less than 2 weeks to write the script and only 20 days to shoot the movie. So this
Believe-
was like that.
I can definitely see that happening. There's not a lot that goes in it. It's literally a house on one side of the street,
Yeah, that's fair.
house on the other side of the street, and that's the movie.
So I know they don't talk about it in this
For-
one.
The last hour of this.
Yeah. No, there's not a lot of scene. I mean, yeah, not a lot of scene changes. There's not a lot of places they go. It's pretty straightforward. They even started filming the second one right after, because the second one actually happens right after, right? It takes place immediately after the first one, which I think is cool. Now, it's not mentioned, and it doesn't get in until the second movie, so it doesn't really, I guess, apply to this one, but at the same time, it's part of the Halloween lore. But do you know her relation to Michael Myers? I know it's obvious, but at the same time, they don't talk about it at all in this movie.
It's
About
obvious.
the sister.
It's his sister, right?
Yeah, But that's the lore. Like you don't get
That's
that
the
when
lore.
watch it
You
the
don't-
first time.
Correct.
But-
so the
but-
second movie is when they start talking about it.
Jamie Lee Curtis is his sister,
Right.
Yes.
His baby sister.
the baby sister.
Yep.
Where was the baby?
They don't
not
show
in
it.
not
Oh, they
in
don't
this
show it
movie.
in this one?
Correct. So that's the thing. I don't know, but it's odd that it's not mentioned, but he is trying to get somebody and it's her conveniently. But in the next one, they actually explain it. She was adopted. Turns out she was adopted after her parents died in a car accident. Happens to be Michael Myers' sister. And that's why he's after her. But that's not explained until the second movie.
Is that why
Right.
the dad had the keys to the Myers house?
Yeah. I think that had something to do with it. Yep.
It's a very awkward movie with that. There's so much to go into this later.
Oh yeah, no, for
But-
sure.
Yeah.
John Carpenter is a man of many talents, right? He directed, he wrote, and he also completed the score. He did this in 3 days.
3 days.
He did the entire score in 3 days. Maybe
So
a
the
speed
famous-
bit.
So the famous thing that everybody knows with Michael Myers is done in 3 days.
I mean, it's not exactly complicated,
No, it's not. It's pretty basic.
you know.
no, it's not. But it fits perfectly with that, with the feel of the movie.
No,
and
I
everybody
get that.
knows that.
I get that, but it's literally like just this all of the suspense and stuff through the movie is the music, which is a lot of it.
Yep.
But if you sit there and listen to it, it's one note.
Yep.
Or two notes.
Oh yeah, for
Like
sure.
it's nothing, it's not difficult. Like
Right. No,
Oh,
not
no.
at
that's all
all.
I'm
That's
getting
what-
at.
that's what
I'm not
makes it-
I'm not
Yeah,
taking
it's
away
basic.
from like the effect it has on the movie or how good the song is or anything like that, but like away from the Halloween song, like the rest of the music through the movie is
Yep.
like very just one note. Like
Yep. Like John said,
simplistic.
it's simple and effective, just like Jaws. Yep. Let's see a few other facts. Can you guys tell me who was the face of Michael Myers? What is the mask
Ooh,
supposed to
Oh,
be a depiction of?
it's William Shatner.
That's right,
yes.
Captain Kirk.
Just
And
died
let's
white.
see. Michael Myers, last one. Michael Myers was primarily played by actor Nick Castle, who was Carpenter's best friend from USC Film School, and would also go on to co-write Escape from New York. Shout out Snake Plissken. But they actually had 3 people playing Mike Myers, depending on the scene. We also had production designer Tommy Lee Wallace whenever they needed another person to fit in. And then they also had Tony Moran, who would go on to guest appearance on The Waltons, whatever. But he had 1 day shot for $250 just to take his face off. The one time you see his mask or his face is
Yeah.
Tony Moran for $250.
That's it.
That's it. Well, at the time, I think Loomis, Dr. Loomis, made 20 grand, which at the time was not bad considering they filmed it in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
20
Making
grand in
20
3 weeks is
20
pretty good
Gs.
money.
Yeah.
Even still today.
Yeah, I read that Christopher Lee, the Count Dooku, said that he was not going to play Loomis because of the money. And then later on he said he regretted it when he realized that they only filmed like 3 weeks. So,
Did that? Yeah, Christopher Lee in this movie would have been insane.
yeah, it would have been awesome. Yeah, for sure. All right, you guys ready for some topics?
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Sound off.
All right,
Yes.
I found the soundboard. All right.
Huh?
First one. Favorite thing about the movie.
Found the soundboard.
All right, Kevin, what's your favorite thing about the movie?
My favorite, yeah, my favorite thing was that this was a classic scary movie that did become iconic, and there was no gore in this, and it
Yeah.
was full of suspense, and you were like drawn into this movie with none of the crazy classic stuff that any other horror movie would do.
Yeah.
And it really created of a lore of this character of Michael Myers, and obviously it gained in a lot of traction in decades later.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
this movie is perfect movie to start a classic horror series, and it shows with the movies that have been made afterwards.
Yeah, it's even the Cleveland Browns' third down. But yes, I agree. I mean, John Carpenter is just a man of many talents, like I mentioned, but he also can play or direct a really good horror movie. He has a knack for making things darker without going the extra mile, right? He can make something simple and make it dark.
Yeah, and stuff that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. Yep. Dave, what about you?
Yeah, I mean that's what you gotta like about these old like 70s, 80s horror movies is just they get you with the suspense, not necessarily the gore.
Yep.
The gore and the murderous scenes and stuff like that. Even though, some of my favorite horror movies are slasher films like that.
Yep.
But I guess you could say this was a early take on slasher films. And it's cool that he also gives an ode back to the early 50s
Yep.
horror movies, like with the kids watching those
The
like
Thing.
during while they're like
Yep.
getting babysat.
Yeah, which is I'm glad you mentioned that. It's something I should have said in the random ass facts. So they're watching, as you said, The Thing, which I think came out in the 50s, which is a great
like
way to
51.
throw it back. But what's cool is he ended up directing The Thing in 1982, I believe. And so I don't know if he already had in mind he was directing that, or maybe it was one of his movies growing up that he wanted to maybe remake. But he ended up remaking that maybe 5 years later. So I thought that was a cool little trivia piece. My favorite part about the movie, and I mean, to echo what you guys said, there's a lot to love. I think his silence and breathing speaks volume for a villain. Like, he doesn't talk at all. He has no dialogue in this entire movie, but yet we're still terrified. I think that's pretty cool and pretty basic from
I mean, maybe you
that
were
era.
scared. I was.
Well, I was pissing my pants. I think his washed out mask is one of the most classic looks for a horror villain. I think that's something that maybe we take for
Yes.
granted now, but back then I think that was pretty terrifying. It was, again, a William Shatner mask, but washed out. So that was pretty cool. And I also like how it ends. I don't think you need closure. And I think him getting away is something that I think from an audience standpoint, it's kind of cool to see the boogeyman or the bad guy get away and how it ends and how she says, "Was that the boogeyman?" And he's like, "Yeah, it was." Well, I really like how that turns out. The only problem I have is when you've watched 7, 8 Halloweens and they all end the exact same, then I have a problem with it. But for the first one, as it stands out, it's cool that he can get shot and stabbed and still survive. Now, again, later on, maybe by Halloween 5, I'm like, all right, just kill him. But I thought it was pretty groundbreaking for that era. And I mean, yeah, to be on Halloween is pretty cool too. I really like how it sets on the day of Halloween and how it kind of takes you into that. So being Halloween, it's kind of nostalgic for that.
But he's not human. That's why he's able to survive. He's not actually human. He's just
he's
just a
dark.
demon in a
But-
human's body.
That's fair.
But is he?
The evil is gone from here.
Oh man, there's some good lots to I like to here. Yeah, like John said, his Darth Vader breathing. I mean, Vader came out in '77, so this was the year after Star Wars. So they must have done that. And Daniel does have a point. He does look like a janitor with the weird face. What's I can't remember Washington's janitor, but I'm sure he looked just like him. All right. Least favorite thing about the movie. With the question sound. All right, Dave, what was your least favorite thing?
Some like I don't know how to put it. Like some of the acting,
Yeah, it's not great.
like it's not the best. It's
No.
kind of slow and junk, like not well put together, kind of like how I'm putting together sentences right now.
But you're not getting paid to do this.
Right. But yeah, it just seems a little jagged, junky, clunky, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I definitely agree. So apparently,
I-
John said Mr. Jiggs was the janitor of Washington. That's correct. I tried to just respond with Jiggs, and YouTube says rejected your comment. This usually thinks it's spam. Try changing it a bit. So apparently, I can't type in Jiggs. I didn't say Jugs. I said Jiggs. But all right, Mr. Jiggs. Maybe if I say Mister,
You
sorry.
just need to use the Mister,
Apparently.
the formal jigs.
I feel I feel like he's watching us right now, even though I don't even know him. Kevin, what was your least favorite thing?
My least favorite thing was this movie. I've watched a lot of the Halloween movies. I don't think I've watched all of them, but most of them. But as a standalone movie, after watching all of them, this isn't a great standalone movie, in my opinion, because you're
fair.
kind of just like, what the hell is going on? Like, there's really no backstory. There's no
Mhm.
end story. There's no story, but
Yeah,
it's scary as hell. There's a crazy guy killing people,
yeah, that's the
and
story,
you don't,
right?
but you really don't know why. And
Yeah, I would
there's
agree.
no
I mean,
ending on it.
Yep.
That's what makes it a good series.
yeah, I totally agree. I think in whole, it's great. But yeah, you're right. Again, they don't explain why he's after her until the second one. So if you're not paying attention, or you might just, if you're not just guessing, then yeah, you might just think he's just trying to murder people, which is pretty scary in its own, but he is related to her.
You're right.
So yeah, it doesn't
That's
necessarily
all
add up.
explained down the road.
Right. So my least favorite
Which
thing,
goes to where when we were born white.
right, 10 years later. My least favorite thing, and
Yeah.
I forgive a lot of the cheese and the effects. None of that really bothers me, knowing it's 50 years later. But I do have a problem with Jamie Lee Curtis dropping the knife at the end after she stabs him once when they're in the bedroom, and then she drops it,
When
and
she's
then
in the closet and comes
yeah,
out of the closet
she comes out of the closet,
and just throws it down.
throws
Yeah.
it down, tells the kids to go to call the cops or run away. And I'm like, okay, she could have ran away with them and just left the house, or B, she could have slit his throat, stabbed him, anything to further harm him, or at least hold the knife. Dropping the knife and turning your back, it was like the definition of what people do in horror movies, and that whole trope is based off of this movie, I feel like.
How could he possibly come back from being stabbed in the neck?
I don't know, but I'm
And
not
then-
gonna let go of that knife. If I just like that guy is after me and I'm like, he's on the ground, I'm probably running. Like, I'm not gonna
Yep.
stand there, right? I'm running
Yep.
away.
Yeah, Beth hated. I found out Beth has never. My wife has never watched this movie.
My wife.
I know I don't have that
Yeah.
soundbite anymore.
Yeah,
My wife.
I,
Okay, I got it.
I
My
found
wife. I'll
out-
just do it analog. My wife.
I found out
Round
when we were watching this that she has never watched this movie before, and she
Really?
is not
I
familiar
don't know
with the
if Ellie-
franchise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she watched this for the first time, and she was doing the same thing. What the hell are you doing, bitch? Like, you do this, you
Yeah.
do this. Why are you
For
not
sure.
doing this? Why are you not doing this? And it was like, calm down.
Yeah. Again, I'm
Like,
practical.
just watch
so
the
that-
movie for what it is. But
Yeah.
she was angry that
Sure.
all of that wasn't happening.
Same, absolutely. All right, next category. Who won the movie? I said Michael Myers. He got to see some hammers,
I did the
and
same.
he got away. Perv. You said the same thing, Kevin?
I said
I
the
said the
exact
same
same thing.
thing. But I didn't say because he got to see some hammers.
Oh, you said warlocks.
But I,
Well, I didn't do that. But
I said that motherfucker just keeps coming back.
You can't keep a tough man down, right? He's in the. He'd
Yeah.
be good at the tough man contest.
You can't
Shout
keep
out.
a demon down. You see him do that Undertaker sit up?
Yes, totally saw that, and I instantly thought the Undertaker. I thought of the Undertaker. He had to have got it from there. Daniel, any confirmation on that? Yeah, so I guess Michael Myers won.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
Jamie
put-
Lee Curtis didn't. He got away.
yeah, I literally put he's in 13 movies since then, and he's not dead.
Yeah, that's yeah, for sure. All right,
Even the one that was called Halloween Ends.
he's still in it.
It didn't
Actually,
end.
he's not in Halloween 3, I believe, because
That's
it's
like
like
a witch hunt or something.
yeah, it's like the lore of Halloween itself and not about Michael Myers, which lame. All right, next category. Who won the movie?
Wait, isn't that what we just did?
Undertaker was
Asked
20
about
in.
Undertaker's record. I just
Yeah.
asked if Undertaker got the sit up
That's
from
right.
Michael Myers.
That's right. And John, spot on. Michael Myers is a plus 10 chin. Maybe more than any villain. He might have the best chin since Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but it's not a real chin.
That's
It's
fair.
it's a mass chin. So
That's fair.
maybe
Mankind?
maybe plus 5 chin.
Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know. Mankind might be. I'd like to see him versus Michael Myers. What I say? Favorite song moment?
I don't know if that's what you said. Maybe.
Well, favorite song moment. I said, "Don't fear the
That's pretty
Reaper."
obvious.
Right?
Don't fear when. Oh yeah, they're in the
The car.
car. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot they were. Yeah.
Boom. Yeah, it was easy. I mean, the obvious is, of course, his theme song, right?
Yeah, the theme. I
See,
had to
wasn't
put
gonna
that
take
down
that.
because
I was gonna go with just a sound,
Okay.
and it
What
was
do
like
you got?
it was like that the sound that you always heard right before something bad was gonna happen. They're like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I-
just thinking of Matt just going over to the piano. Hey, I can play this. I can play this on the piano.
Oh yeah.
Fucking
I
Michael
do-
Myers
I
song.
do remember that. Didn't I do that at like somebody's house?
It's like, damn it, Matt, stop playing this.
Didn't I do
Yeah,
that at
you
somebody's
did that at
house?
like 5 people's houses.
Oh, that sounds about right. I
You
feel like I
always play
did
that
it.
thing. Like I can do
I think
that.
I was trolling somebody though. All right. Well, yeah, I always
Yeah.
troll. Yeah. One thing I want to talk about with the soundtrack, or I guess the score, there were times where I felt like it was overbearing. Did you guys feel that? Maybe just
yeah, when
the
it was
mix.
just one note being
Well,
fucking repeated.
yeah, I don't mind. So what I thought was the mix was really bad. Like when there
Oh.
were a couple times when it was daylight and they're on the street talking, and you wanted to hear their dialogue. I was more interested in their dialogue, even if it's mundane. But all we heard was the sound, and it was like really loud. It felt like it was overbearing. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. And I was thinking,
Yeah, it was a little.
I've mentioned that before, where I was like, "Wait, I can't hear the dialogue."
I feel like it was just.
I don't know if it's because of the streaming services, but I don't remember it being that bad.
No, it's.
from
I have
watching
it on. I have
VHS.
this. I have this on Blu-ray, and
Oh,
it's
you
the same
do?
way. Yeah,
Okay.
it's just the mixing.
It's just the age of the movie, the mixing. Yeah, I just felt like it was a little overbearing. And again, I like the score, but I would have rather had the dialogue louder and the music or sound lower. That way we can hear what they're saying. Even if it's a mundane, I like having the sound at a lower decibel, but just nitpicking at that point. I do like the soundtrack
yeah.
or the score. And anytime you get Don't
It
Fear
fits
the Reaper in a
perfectly.
Halloween movie, perfect. All right, next category.
Ultra HD plus Blu-ray.
Oh man, that's legit.
Oh, nice. That is. Oh, it's got the original cover. That's very nice.
Yeah, very nice. All right. I wish I had all Borat soundtrack or sound bites. All right, next category. Does this movie get made now?
I mean, this one's already answered.
I know. Yeah, I feel like this category is very hit or miss. In this case, they're still making them, so I think it's kind of easy. Instead of say answering this, because I think it's obvious, and again, I feel like sometimes it can be dull if it gets made or not. I think sometimes we need to find a way to modernize a movie instead. So instead of him choking the girl with the telephone wire, I think he would probably take a cell phone and bash her head in. What do you think?
Would be another type of wire that would be available in this day and age.
Maybe my headphones.
There would be a USB-C cord.
You still need. Don't you still need a wire for Apple CarPlay to work in your car? Like
yes,
be-
yes, it's a pain in the ass.
You can still do wireless Apple CarPlay through Bluetooth now on some cars, like newer cars.
I have a 22, and I still have to do that.
We'll say this is a time that you can't.
It's
a charger wire.
A charger wire. There we go. An Apple charger wire. It's like there's so many, and like I was also thinking of when he chokes out the girl in the garage. I'm like, does anybody keep their car in the garage anymore? Kevin does, right?
I don't. My wife does.
Oh, there you go. My wife
just wouldn't be a thing anymore. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
Like him breaking into the hardware store to get his
yeah,
shit, and them not being able to figure out who broke into the hardware store. Like
for sure.
Nowadays, like that's instantaneous. Like guy with a fucking mask breaking in and steal this shit.
Right. Oh, I think it's hilarious when they talk about what he stole. When he's like rope,
some knives.
Oh, no big deal.
Kids.
Must
have been kids.
Well, that's the times, but it would be modernized. But they've been making these movies like literally for 40 years now. It'd be 40 years in a few years. It'd be 40 years that this movie's been made.
Yeah,
and this movie will continue to be made. This character will continue to be made, and they'll keep doing franchises, but they'll continue the franchise to make this movie.
Yeah, I can totally agree.
So I mean, there's some stupid shit that'll happen depending on the time. Do you remember? Was it Halloween H2O?
Oh, I mean, that was a long time ago now, but yes. I mean,
but that was
so many iterations.
And goes this movie.
You were glitching
this
there.
movie. Just the Michael Myers character, Myers. There we go. That character will never go. That character will never go south. So
Yeah,
that
agreed.
it'll always gain interest and it will make money.
Flawless victory.
Yep. Let's see. Daniel says tons of people keep their cars in their garage, especially during winter. Does Daniel keep your car in the garage? Do you? Do I? No. But yeah, I know some people do. Sure. Miles Myers. John.
Miles Myers, Michael Myers, or Michael Miles.
And John also says neighbors are watching the same movie. Oh, Daniel C doesn't have a garage. Well, a lot of people
You have
don't
a
have a
garage.
garage. Yeah,
Daniel.
wait, Daniel's a garage, don't you? Well, okay,
Unless he tore it
people.
down.
Daniel says people who are his parents. Well, of a certain age, keep their cars in a garage. Kelly's parents do. I feel like when you're our age and you have a lot of stuff in your garage, it's kind of hard to do. Oh, Daniel has a shack, a love shack.
It's bigger than a
Oh,
shack.
shack, but a shack.
All right, next
My
category.
parents have too much shit in their garage to
That's
park
what
their
I'm
shit in.
saying. Yeah, I do too. I mean, that's just another place to put shit. Unfortunately. All right, next category. Favorite line from the movie. Kevin, what was your favorite line?
There's not very many lines in this movie, but
Yes,
the
there are.
the only one I had to go back and look at it.
I'll go first if you're
But I
struggling.
put death has come. I put death has come to your little town, Sheriff.
Say that
Sheriff.
again. What did you say? You glitched for a second.
Death has come to your little town,
Oh,
Sheriff.
Nice. I said the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes. Which is not the first time I said the blackest eyes from Jaws. Dave, what about you?
My favorite line from the movie was, and you only got this if you put on the subtitles, heavy breathing.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
So many good lines. It's heavy breathing.
Every kid
subtitles.
in Haddonfield thinks this place is haunted. They
Mm.
may be right, Sheriff.
Nice.
Talking to the
Daniel says,
sheriff.
this is true. Not everyone has a full gym in their garage, but I also have room for another one. It's not like the gym takes up the whole garage.
First,
Also-
I get your famous chewing. Now I get your famous squealing.
Nice. I also said he came home. E.T. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Let's see what else.
Yeah,
Was that the
that's actually good.
boogeyman? Was that the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, it was.
I like whenever Lori's getting ready to take the key up to the house, and Tommy just goes, "That's a spooky house."
Yeah. I like that. I like all the boogeyman references, right? Which we'll get into later. I liked it's Halloween. Everyone's entitled to a good scare.
It's a line from The Thing. So it's a line from a movie within a movie, but they say "Holy cats," and I was like, that's a good way of dating this
Yeah.
movie and that movie,
Yep.
because how old do you have to, well, John probably says "Holy cats."
That's a poll too. John, do you say holy cats?
Holy cats.
I also said-
damn.
Yeah, I also said you're talking about him as if he were a human being. That part of him died years ago.
I spent 6 years trying to get to
All right. Any other ones? No.
This movie
Negative,
really
Ghost
doesn't
Rider.
Have any good lines?
I know. There's not a ton. All right. You guys ready for blind rankings? You got a piece of paper?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah, I got paper. Oh, there's my marker.
All right. You guys ready?
I didn't even think about this. I got
let's
it.
try to. All right, I'm gonna have to make sure that the volume is not too crazy. So let me know if it's too loud. Present, share screen. Let's do this.
I'm ready.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's not doing anything, Matt.
yeah, I know. I wanna have the audio. So hold tight, Will Robinson. I want to make sure the audio's on there. I'll pull it up real quick. Brain rankings.
You got it.
All right, you ready?
Hang on.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were ready.
Dave's not ready.
I'm ready. It took me oh, suck it, Kevin. Okay, Trebek. All right, let's do some blind drinkings. Everybody ready? Let's get that audio going, or shall we? Let's do it. And I have no idea what this is. Is that too loud?
No.
Oh, we're good.
Cool. Top Halloween movie houses or settings. Nice.
Oh,
right.
this might be all right.
I told her not to do Boogeyman, so. Oh, shit. Oh, I love the meat.
Number one is the house in Beetlejuice.
Oh,
Oh, that's the first one. Oh,
I know, but I love
I don't know where to put that. That's
I'm going number 3.
I'm saying 2.
Mm,
3? I'm saying 2.
I don't think it'll be first.
I love the Beetlejuice house. I love the model home.
I
And it's got 5.
I also put it at
That's
3.
bold. Michael Myers
Yeah.
house.
I'm putting it at 3.
Michael Myers house. There's not a lot of things that I think about other than that closet. So I'm going 5.
And how is this Michael Myers house of Halloween? I might have to put. Damn.
It is spooky, but Daniel says 6. John says 2. I assume 2 is for Beetlejuice.
With all.
Oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show. Oh, Daniel 6 is already there. Sorry.
Oh, Rocky
And
Horror.
5. See, that's why you gotta trust Beetlejuice. Rocky Horror's Crazy Frankfurter's Castle. What could be worse? Yeah, see, should have had faith in Beetlejuice. I'm gonna say 4. Dave, what do you got?
I got Rocky Horror number 2.
Number 2. I mean, I do like the way that twists and turns at that house. The weird shit that goes on. I said 4. The Bates Motel.
I put it at 5.
Shit.
Oh, Bates Motel.
That's pretty epic. Every time I stay at a shitty hotel, I call it the Bates Motel. For like, me too. Bates Motel's number
Yeah,
one.
I put that at 4 very hesitantly because I already filled 2 and 3.
Oh, the cottage of the Sanderson sisters.
Oh,
I'm going 6.
Sanderson Sisters Cottage.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's on a focus.
I know, that's my thought. It's fine, but it's not like it has like one big scene. What do you got at, Dave? 6, yeah. I got it 6 too. Daniel says hate that movie too. Well,
Yeah, I've got one open, so I'm waiting for number 1. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting. Yes, that's what I was waiting for that. I'm like, it's gotta be there.
Yeah, I should have went with number 1 with that, but I'm okay with mine. With The Shining's.
Yeah, that one should have been higher. But
Yeah, I got it 3. What do you got at, Dave?
I probably would have had it. Overlook Hotel, Bates Motel, Rocky Horror, Beetlejuice, Myers, Hocus Pocus
Nice.
is what I should have had it as.
Oh, yeah. What do you got, Dave or Dan or Kevin? Yeah, who are you? Kevin, you want to read that? So
Who the fuck
I've
are
got
you?
the I've got the Shining with the Overlook Hotel for number 1, which I'm really happy about, and with Michael Myers, Halloween number 2, with Beetlejuice number 3, The Bates Motel number 4, Rocky Horrors is number 5, and Sanders Cottage at number 6.
Well,
Nice.
the Amityville House, John brought
John
up.
has a good point. The Amityville House would be
Oh.
good. I do
That
like
is-
That
our
would be an
An
variation.
honorable
Yeah.
mention.
Yeah, it is an honorable mention for sure. Though I don't know. Maybe I would have had it above the Sanderson sisters, but not much higher. So I had the Bates Motel 1, Maitland Residence 2, The Shining 3, Rocky Horror 4, 5, Michael Myers House, and 6, Sanderson sisters. Now, I would switch The Shining to be number 1. The scenery in that is just, mind blowing. The different rooms, the maze at the end, the blood coming out of the elevator, and everything
yeah.
is just. That place is, it should be number 1 on everybody's if you've seen it.
That would be, yeah.
But
I'm
I'm okay with
glad
Bates
I,
Motel.
I'm glad I left that number 1 open. I would have failed miserably
It's
if that
hard.
wasn't the last
I know.
option.
This can be so hard because sometimes we get the ninja guy from last
But
week.
yeah, the
But
Amityville.
this was good. This is a good list. All right, next category. Oh, that's supposed to be menstrual blood. Yeah. Sure is. All right, next category. Most rewatchable scene. Dave, what's your favorite scene or most memorable?
For me, it's that opening one shot scene where everything is one shot. It's everything in that opening scene is all one shot up until his parents show up, which is pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, that's a great opening.
Yeah,
A way
I'm
to
the same-
open a movie. Daniel says,
I did
being
the
a
same
bird.
thing where
Hammers.
the single. Well, it happens multiple times in the movie with the first person view, and he's just walking in, and you are him when you're
Yeah.
watching it.
First
And then,
person.
There's so they did that very, very well. And it made
Yeah.
this movie even more creepy because there's no dialogue with them talking, and you get that heavy breathing that you get from like John mentioned in the text that there was
Heavy breathing.
the Darth Vader breathing, and you're just in that, and it causes a suspense because you don't know what is going on in what's happening,
Yeah.
but you're in his space, and those scenes. There's multiple of them, so there's not a single one that I would pick out.
Especially
Those are my favorite
the
scenes.
Nice. Especially watching the sexy part.
The creepy
just
part.
kidding.
That's creepy and a little creepy.
Just
That's
kidding.
even a weirder creepy.
Sexy time. I said either the end scene that I've already talked about that I like a lot. I like it being left for open ended, I guess. But I also like any of the daytime scenes. Now, I could take away the sound mixing, but I do think it's creepy anytime the boogeyman or the thought of the boogeyman could be out during the day. And like when she and it's so subtle, like when she's in school or she's sitting there answering a question, she looks over and he's out there, and she looks again and he's gone. It's not as in your face as movies now where it's like, oh my God, that was him. It's really like, just like, is she imagining this? And you don't even know if she is. And I just like how basic it is. It's not over the top or anything. It's not like he
Yes.
like stabs somebody outside and throws them in the car. Like she just thinks she saw something. She didn't even know what it is yet, which is also cool.
Yeah.
So
Whenever
anytime
you
it's in the daytime.
The daytime is also surreal too because it's shot in California, but it's supposed to be the
Yeah,
Midwest.
I know. Yeah, it's supposed to be in
So, like,
Illinois.
it's all nice and lush and green, but then there's
Yeah.
leaves on the ground.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Yeah, that was something. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, it's shot in California.
didn't they bring leaves in?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, to make it look like Illinois. We know what Midwest looks like at this time. Actually, right now it's probably as nice as it's ever gonna get.
Yeah, it was like 77 here today.
So nice. Didn't even have to wear
85.
sleeves. Look at this. Brush my shoulders off. All right. Next category. Most likely to be the off-screen drunk. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I lost it for a second. Kevin, what's your answer?
I even turned the page because I put Loomis because he lost a psycho.
Yeah, I said Loomis too. I mean, can you imagine working with Michael Myers every day?
See, I had somebody different.
Yeah.
Did
I
you,
had-
Dave? Who was it?
I had the sheriff, Mr. Beckett.
Oh,
or Mr.
no
Brackett.
way.
Or
Holy-
what was-
Holy
was it
crap,
Brackett,
Dave!
Beckett? It's Halloween in a small town. The kids are running amok, getting stoned, breaking into hardware stores. And he doesn't know it yet, but his daughter is murdered.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
I'm just fucking with you guys. It's Kevin.
Got him.
Got him. Got him.
Yeah, would Kevin be drinking on Halloween?
Let's ask Kevin. Kevin,
What?
are you drinking on Halloween?
Question is,
I've actually
are you
been
listening to rock
I've
and
been
roll
being
on it?
good. And,
No way. You had a beer too.
no, I did.
That was off screen. That's it. That's it.
Wait.
Yeah, I had Loomis too, though. I mean,
Yes,
imagine
indeed.
working with a psycho.
Yep.
Reefer madness.
And and he lost. Like he let him get away. Not let him get away,
Yeah.
but he's
He
tracking
didn't let
him down.
get-
Like, oh, shit.
That insane asylum let him get away.
Yeah.
Right.
That
but
was- that
he's
was-
the one that's got to
That
keep
was the
track.
line that I forgot to put in was the lady driving him going, they just let him out like that?
Right. Also, okay, since we haven't talked about it, and it's not my least favorite thing, but it's pretty fucking funny. How did he get back to the town he's from? A, he's been in the insane asylum since a kid, so he doesn't know how to drive. B, can he just read an atlas map?
He's a demon. He's not a real human.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
drove the car. He wrecked the car into that tow truck driver.
I'm
That's
okay with
how
the
he-
wreck. Yeah,
That's how
I
he
get
got
all
the
that.
suit.
Sure.
And then he walked. Dude, he walked the rest of the way. He's a demon.
Yeah, you just continue
right.
going on.
I just
Doesn't need
wondered
to
how he
sleep.
got
He
there.
doesn't need to eat.
I
The
mean, he
map.
was also driving that car around all over the place. That's
I
how he
don't
got
even-
there.
Yeah,
I
until
don't
he
even
wrecked
hate
it.
the car part. I just think it's funny. Like, did he read a map? He followed GPS.
The funny thing, they even mentioned like, does he even
Instinct.
know how to drive a car?
Yeah, they even
he could
talk about it.
smell. He could smell. He could smell.
It's on his
Jamie
dar.
Murder.
It's on his dar.
You know
All
what?
right. Yeah.
I got to bring it up because Eric isn't here.
Uh-huh.
I forgot to during least favorite thing. But Eric's least favorite thing about the movie was how
Yep.
many dogs died in
I
this
know.
movie.
Yeah, the
There
dog
were way,
goes limp.
way too many
Oh.
puppies. Way too many puppies got killed in this movie.
Yep. Yeah.
More
Both.
animals die in later movies. I'll say that.
Oh, way
Or
worse,
Halloween
yeah.
movies. I'll say that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Smoking grass and fornicating. Those are apparently bad things. we might all be dead. Next category, casting our friends.
All right. Let me go because I got some good ones for this
All right,
one.
good, because I don't actually have much, so go for it.
All right. Kevin's the cop dad. Naturally.
Yeah.
Like he's following the rules, doing his job. Fucking kids up to no good. Kids always up to no good. Eric is Loomis cause bald.
Nice.
And also because Daniel is Michael Myers. Because Daniel's the heel, and then Loomis is just always trying to keep Daniel in line. And Eric and Daniel are team Danrick. So
Oh, that's right.
Those two go hand in hand together.
Yep.
I'm Annie. And Matt is Lori because Matt was not like a goody two shoes, or well, Matt also didn't cuss until how old were you, Matt? Until
Like
the first time you
19?
cussed?
Like
But at
19?
the same
Yeah,
time, I feel like Matt would be cool enough where I'd pick him up, he'd jump in the car, and he would still smoke a joint with me whenever I said, "Hey, we got time to smoke this before we go do this babysitting." And then John, I don't know why, but John's Linda. John's the other girlfriend that has sex at
You
Annie's
saw her
house.
boobies? Yeah.
Without, oh, that's why. It's because Linda goes over to somebody else's house to have sex. i.e. John always coming over to Plum Street whenever
To do his dirty
nobody was
business.
there.
Do his business.
So yeah, those are my castings.
Nice. Those are awesome.
That's rich.
Well done. Kevin?
I had a hard time casting. I couldn't cast anybody on this because it was just
It was
such
tough.
a really low cast
It was
movie.
tough. Yeah, I had Daniel for Michael Myers as well. Just the heavy breathing and looking at boobies. I mean, don't make you a bad person.
I'm sorry.
I had Kevin as the sheriff because he's a cop. Those are really the two I
not a
had.
cop.
If I had to think about it more, I'd also say Eric is probably Lori because he'd probably be the one that would stab somebody and then be like, I don't want to hurt him too much. And walk away and not walk away and just turn his shoulder back. Daniel's convinced that Michael Myers hated boobies. Now, I think there's some arguments for both sides on that. Yeah, he kills the people who have fornication or fornicate, but he also doesn't just do it right away.
I think he's jealous
He
because he didn't.
peeks
get
a
to
little.
fornicate.
He does kill the boobies he saw, but he does not do it immediately. He takes a peek. Just a thought.
Yeah, he's washing, which is really creepy.
He's definitely different. But again, Michael Myers is a good boogeyman for sure. Will he be one of the best? We'll find out. Next category. Is this a podium role for any of the top billed cast members?
I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis is the only top billed cast member, right?
Yeah, I have Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
Pleasance. I mean, Dr.
Loomis?
Loomis. Yeah, Dr. Loomis. But I would agree it's pretty much on everybody's. I would even say Jamie Lee Curtis. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
From a
it's her number
role.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
so. Yeah, John.
She's in multiple, and she's been on
It's because he likes it.
20,
Fair.
like 20 years later. She's still playing the same role,
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
and it's still popular.
It's still
So I
relevant
mean,
enough.
it's her.
Yeah. I would agree.
Yeah, so,
it is.
and-
It's her
and-
debut too, which is kind of crazy. So like, not only from an
Right.
impact, like, hey, this put me on the map. It's also, hey, this is like my main role. I mean, from a role standpoint, right? Other ones, I know Kevin said True Lies, right?
Oh, I definitely put True Lies to number 2.
Yeah, me too, actually. And then she
Definitely number
actually
2.
she has one Oscar win, and it was for supporting actress in Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is odd because that was so recent. Like, she's been an actress since 1978, and her first Oscar win was in 2022. She went quite a while.
Maybe she's not that great an actress, huh?
I mean, she's not my favorite.
You need
She's all right. I
you need to
guess.
see True Lies.
Wow. Yeah. Fair.
Before we do the last category,
Yeah.
I got a top 5.
Oh, I got the sound.
You have the sound? All right, we all like video games here. I got my top 5 horror video games.
Mm.
Ooh, okay.
So
Nice.
horror genre video games.
Nice.
And all of them are pretty recent. Some remakes, but at number 5, The Evil Within.
Nice.
It was a series that had, I think, only 2 in it. It was a first person style. Pretty cool. A lot of like weird elements within horror and like mind altering stuff.
Nice.
Number 4, Dead
What's
Space.
that available? What's that available on?
It was like PS4, I think, was the original release that it was on. I'm sure you can get it on PS5 and Xbox, all that.
Nice.
Dead Space, number 4.
Oh, yeah.
Horror space genre. Third person. I think it was only. I think it's a PlayStation exclusive, if
Mm.
I'm not mistaken. It may be on Xbox now with the remake that just came out of it.
Nice.
Number 3, Until Dawn. Until Dawn's like
Hold on.
it's a newer game again. PS4 release. I think again it's a PlayStation exclusive. It's like more of a. I would call it more of like a point and click adventure style. Like you control the characters, but like there isn't like it's not like action heavy based. It's more like figuring out and being like shocked and thrilled. But it's got a great story. Like it's like
Nice.
kids up in a cabin kind of thing. Number 2.
Kind of like a puzzle base type of deal.
Yeah. Number 2, Resident Evil 7.
Mm.
So one of the later games in the Resident Evil
Not
series.
4. Not
Not
4.
4. No, not 4 for me. 7.
Wow.
7 because it was the first one that went first person.
Mm. Okay.
It was based in like deep South Louisiana.
Nice.
Like the family that you run into and fight is very scary, creepy. And then this was the first Resident Evil that they did VR with. And man, playing that game in VR is
That's
a whole
cool.
other experience.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then number 1 for me is the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Okay, I figured. Yeah.
So Silent Hill 2 was originally a PS2 game, and it just recently, just this
maybe
year,
PlayStation.
this month, got a remake, remaster for the
Oh, nice.
PlayStation 5.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's one of the best remakes that I've ever played. And
That's awesome.
if you love like the horror, any kind of horror genre video games, the Silent Hill 2 remake is worth the buy.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember Silent Hill. Yeah, I remember Silent Hill 2.
I feel like it was on the
Shit
PlayStation
out of me.
for the original, maybe. But yeah,
It might have been
Yeah.
on the first PlayStation. I can't remember, but
I
the
can't
Silent
remember
Hill
either.
2, like
Nice.
it was one of my favorite games back then. And
I
still
remember
now.
we used to play that where we turn off all the lights and like turn up the music, and it was terrifying. I loved it.
Yeah.
Nice. Also, Daniel says Eternal Darkness.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
I also, my kids would be upset that you didn't say, and I have to say it, Five Nights at Freddy's.
The phone game.
Dude, that game is so popular with kids now. Like, there were kids that were dressed up as characters from Five Nights at Freddy's today, like on Trick or Treat. And Cohen was like, "Oh, I wanted to be that." And I'm like, "Dude, chill. The costume's like $70." Oh, Daniel said
that
the
sounds
game
like
would
hard.
mess up. The game would fuck up. Like the video would go out or pretend to crash. Ooh, that's messed up. It would mess with you like that, where it'd pretend to crash and then it'd pop up. Yeah, that's scary. I don't.
That's the Silent Hill games.
Oh yeah,
Really,
those
really
were
messed me
crazy.
up early. 'cause
Yeah.
that was like middle school.
Yeah,
to
middle
high
school.
school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with the Resident Evils. Those were pretty crazy too.
Yeah, man. Resident Evil 2, that messed with me.
Yeah,
The guy
for
that
sure.
chases you in Resident Evil 2.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then so back to the Top Bill cast members. Again, the only other guy really is Dr. Loomis. He was Blowfield, Kevin, and You Only Live Twice.
Yeah.
And then he was also, his probably most critically acclaimed movie was The Great Escape.
Yeah, those are the top three.
Love that. All right. Last category. And this is a big one because they even call him in the movie Boogeyman. But does almost 50 years later, does he hold up as the ultimate boogeyman? So our category for tonight is, does Michael Myers podium on your all-time boogeyman list? What do you think, Kevin?
I kind of went chalk, but maybe not on my gold. But he makes my podium.
Oh, you went chalk. All right, let's hear it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I think it's
Yeah.
I think this is a good discussion. This is a really tough one, I thought.
I went obscure. I might get in trouble for my list.
Yeah, I went a little bit out, but the my number 3, I went with the Freddy
What's Millie
Krueger.
think?
The Freddy Krueger. No, that's Anna, I think. But Freddy Krueger wins number 3
3.
on my
All right.
podium.
All right.
It's something where he's an iconic character that when I think of a horror, any solo guy that's going to kill you in nightmares, no, that's the guy. And then number 2, I put Michael Myers
Oh, okay.
because
number
he is.
2.
He's creepy because you don't know. There's not much there. I mean, with early movies, he's really just the creepy guy that's just staring and watching,
Yeah.
and you don't even know he's there.
Yep.
And then my number 1 is Chucky from Child's Play.
Oh.
I love Child's Play movies growing up. They horrified me, and
They actually scared you for real?
as a kid. Yes,
Really?
like if
When I was
I
a
was
kid,
like
that was
7, 8 years old, and there was a dog coming after me and wanting to stab me. Yes,
John's afraid of
but
dolls
yeah,
too. That's on his list too. And Daniel. So I guess I'm not
yeah.
I didn't think that any of that was scary to me. I always thought that was like the one thing that was not, but nice. I mean,
yeah.
you went chalk
Any
then.
other toy? No, but that toy.
I'm glad
yes.
Chucky gets a shout out though. I kind of forget about him sometimes. Daniel said the scene where Chucky's face is like fucked up scared him. Oh yeah, where he gets kind of like disheveled or whatever.
Yeah, then he gets melted down and then brought back
yeah,
to a new
right.
doll, and then he gets brought back again. And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
there's the
burned
whole
or chopped
the
off.
Chucky or Child's Play 3 where he goes into the whole Army Corps thing where they replace the blankets with real bullets. It's some crazy shit going on.
Or the fourth
it's-
one for
it's
Pamela
mind-fucking things.
Anderson's doll. was in there.
Oh, was that the Bride of Chucky? So yeah, get past that. I just go
First two.
Child's Play 1 to 3. Let's just say
Sure.
that.
No, that's fair. No, I'm glad that Chucky gets a shout out for sure. Dave, what about you?
Okay. I kind of, with Boogeyman, I've also included monsters.
And wrestlers.
Huh?
And wrestlers.
No wrestlers. Outside looking in, the leprechaun from Leprechaun.
Nice.
Oh, I'm the leprechaun.
number 3, the xenomorphs from Alien.
Okay. Interesting.
Number 2, Reagan McNeil from The Exorcist, the girl that gets
Oh,
possessed in The Exorcist.
that's
That
terrifying.
shit scared the shit out of me whenever I was a kid.
Yeah.
And still today. Number 1 is Godzilla.
I had Godzilla in the back of my mind.
Wow.
So no, Michael Myers does not make my podium.
Wow, we got
The
some
Exorcist one I really like because of the quick flash that you get for like a second. In that one, there's one shot. I can't remember when it is in the movie, but you get the shot of the face of the demon that
Yeah,
is
absolutely.
in,
Oh, yeah,
in the
yeah.
Exorcist. And then it's also faded in the
It's
background
wild.
on the shadow on the wall at one
Yeah.
point where they turn. Oh man, that's. I didn't
Daniel's-
think about that one.
Daniel's
That
got
was close.
Michael Myers, Jason, and Xenomorph from Alien. Interesting. We got more than one Xenomorph. John, what about you? While John's
Hello,
typing it
John.
out. Hello, John.
Daniels was kind of chalk too.
Yeah, I think so. Jason and Michael Myers. So it's interesting of our lists. We only share one between the three of us, and I'll get there. Outside,
I'm guessing it's
No.
Michael Myers because that's the only one that I have.
actually, it's,
with
no,
Dave.
it's,
I didn't say Michael Myers.
he didn't say Michael.
Oh
Myers.
shit! I'm sorry.
And
was
I
looking at
didn't say
Daniel's
Michael.
list, sorry.
So I did not say, or he did not make my podium. I think he's great, but when I think of all-time Boogeyman, he just missed the cut. Other outside looking ins, I think Pinhead from Hellraiser should get a
Yeah.
mention. He's pretty scary. I wanted to put Dracula or some version of him, but unfortunately, I think he's more scary in the novel than he is in any of the depictions of him. Like, he is the boogeyman I thought of as a kid, but like when you watch the movies, you're like, okay, Gary Oldman and Bram Stoker, that's not that scary. And Nosferatu, it's like, okay, not really. So I didn't have him on there.
Yeah.
And then my other outside looking in was Leatherface. Nobody mentioned him.
Yeah.
From Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That was definitely an outside.
A
looking
very
in.
large person, and also just etched into your brain with that the mask and the chainsaw. He's a pretty scary boogeyman too. So my top 3, I have the lipstick demon from Insidious. That movie is actually scary, and that dude is terrifying. So if you haven't seen it, watch it and you'll know what I'm talking about. But he is scary. There aren't a ton of scenes with him in it, but like towards the end, when you go back to that dream world and he's there, you're like, oh man, this guy is pretty scary. He would be your boogeyman. Maybe there's a theme with the dream stuff. My number 2 is Jack Torrance from The Shining, Jack Nicholson.
I almost put him on my list.
Because if you're thinking about boogeyman, what's more scary than your dad? Like,
I didn't even think about putting that there, but that is
like your dad
very
going
terrifying.
crazy and
Mhm.
like realistically just
Spooky.
I mean it's spooky, all right. And my
Yeah,
number 1 shares, the only one I share with, or any of us share with anybody, is with Kevin. And I said my number 1 was Freddy Krueger. So there's my chalk. And that's because he haunts you in your dreams. Like, that is the definition to me of a boogeyman, is somebody when you're sleeping. When you sleep at night and he comes at you. So I had Freddy Krueger, and also my favorite of any of these like horror series is Nightmare on Elm Street. So I kind of gravitate that. Daniel says Freddy ain't scary. He's just a perv.
Well, that's also another creepiness of him. The like
I
he's a pedophile,
he's-
creepy murderer,
Yeah,
rapist,
that's part of it.
awful thing. I don't even want to call him a human being. Like
Yeah,
the lore of Freddy Krueger. I think everybody knows if from when this movie, the first Nightmare on Elm Street was made to today, everybody knows who Freddy Krueger is.
yeah, I would agree.
And
I-
it's where I couldn't leave him off the list. But
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, it's bad. It's bad in a good it's bad in a good way for a horror movie. I'll say that.
Yeah, I agree. Anybody else we left out? I mean, you have your Frankenstein. You have like the traditional. I like Dave saying
The
Godzilla.
creeper
That's
from
interesting.
Jeepers Creepers.
Oh, the creeper. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
You have the literal boogeyman.
yeah, like the traditional classic movies. Like yeah, they're there.
I'm the
but
boogeyman.
They're not movies I'm worried about. Like they're not ones I always thought about.
Right. I guess I think of boogeyman as when you're a kid and what you're actually afraid of. So saying Chucky was a good answer.
Yeah, Chucky
because
was
that's when you're a kid, what you're afraid of is the boogeyman. So like that's kind of what you're trying to picture. Daniel said the Mothman. I mean, from a movie
Nah.
standpoint, I would say not really, right?
No.
What do they call? What are those things called? What do they call that again? Like the creatures that
apparition?
that exist but don't actually exist. No, there's a phrase I can't remember what it's called. Like things like the Mothman and
Yeah, folklore.
Sasquatch and
Yeah, I guess
Yeah,
folklore.
stuff like
Yeah, I agree. The Mothman prophecy did rule.
cryptic. That's it.
Yeah, cryptid. Yep. Like the Chupacabra.
Yeah, was the New Jersey something?
Yeah, the New Jersey Devil.
New Jersey Devil. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, as Daniel said, the New Jersey Devil. Yeah, but like again, from a movie standpoint, what the La Luna or whatever it is. Oh, John says cryptids. Nice, John.
I almost wanted to put the Blair Witch, but you never actually see that.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's such a good genre. I love horror movies and what they can do to you, and what from the boogeyman standpoint, it doesn't get better than that. So I thought Halloween not necessarily started the genre, but it definitely put its stamp on it. And it's also scary when you look behind us and you only see Michael Myers' mouth in the closet that Jimmy Lee Curtis is hiding in. So shout out.
That's why Michael Myers makes my top 3. So.
Exactly. John, what was your top 3 before we get off of here?
Hello,
I was trying to think of other video game or what about TV shows? Any scary TV shows that I don't think I love Stranger Things. It's one of my favorite shows, but I don't think any of it is scary. Now I think they try to be, but maybe not too scary, I guess. Any shows that you're scared of or were scared of? X-Files maybe when we were kids?
I know ones that I liked with those, but with X-Files, I remember the inbred ones, which really. You remember
Home.
that episode?
Yeah, Home.
Yeah, that
Yep.
one. That one was crazy.
Oh yeah, Daniel has a good point. American Horror Stories. I forgot. I did like that. I don't know if I found it. I mean, I guess I'm bad example, but I didn't know. I not sure if I thought it was scary or not. I mean, it wasn't. It was kind of scary, I guess, for nowadays. That's probably a good example.
The first series of that.
The first season.
First season I liked, but the second season, I think that was the Insane
I
Asylum.
can't remember.
I think.
Oh no, I feel
The
like
first season was the house.
I
think the
liked-
second season was the Insane Asylum, I think. And
Yeah.
after that, I kind of dropped off.
Yeah, I liked the first season of American Horror Story a lot. I did too, and then I think I dropped off too. X-Files was when I was a kid. That's what scared me the most. And then as I got older, it was one of my favorite shows. But when you're a kid, it's like, oh, good. I mean, what are you afraid of the dark, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Are you afraid of, what was the oh shit, they just started making them again. Shit.
Not Goosebumps, is it?
Not Goosebumps, to do with the creepy skeleton guy.
Oh, Tales from the Crypt?
Yeah, Tales from the Crypt. There we go.
They
Thank
really?
you,
They
Matt.
made more?
Yeah, they rebooted that. I don't know if it's I
Really?
don't know if it's continuously current, but I know they rebooted it recently.
Huh.
I didn't know that.
Interesting. No, that would actually
like
would be
recently, maybe it's
interesting.
like 4 years ago, but I don't know if
Oh,
it's still a
okay.
thing. But
Oh, another thing that always scared me was the theme song to Unsolved Mysteries.
oh, actually, I think they redid that now.
They
too.
have. Well, I mean, they don't. Yeah, redid. I mean, as in they just find more recent stories. But yeah, they have on Netflix. There's maybe 2 seasons. They're really good. Those are always fun to watch if you haven't checked those out. Daniel says, "I don't like Hills Have Eyes." Yeah, that's a scary one. Or Wrong Turn. They remade Wrong Turn. That might be a good one to watch. I
Another
might
one?
watch a horror after this, but yeah, they did another one. So the first one was in like 2004, and then they remade it.
Yeah, the first one was, yeah, that one.
I don't think it was ever scary. Well, Wrong Turn wasn't scary, but rednecks who like to rape is a genre I'm not in.
Hey, it's what is it? Last House on the Left. That movie I don't care for.
Yeah, that movie's fucky.
I don't
Like,
know if they're rednecks in that one. Are they?
Have you ever?
Maybe
Have
they
you
are.
watched?
Actually.
Have you watched the original Left House on the Left?
Last House on the Left. Yeah. Yep.
They're
With what-
rednecks that are just.
Yeah, that's a
Fuck.
Wes Craven. That's a Wes Craven movie.
It's bad and uncomfortable, and I don't ever want to watch that movie ever again. I'll say that.
Wes Craven. Shout out to Ohio. All right. Well, John, I think your top 3 are. Oh, the remake is good, Sawyer says. Is that I assume you're talking about Wrong Turn. Interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they even remade it in the first place, to be honest. Oh, Last House. Okay.
Last House. Yeah, I have not seen.
I haven't seen the
of Last
remake.
House, but
No. I
but
heard
the the original is very, very, very uncomfortable, and I do not want to watch that movie ever again in my life.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's rape porn and not good.
Yeah, that's fair. Sawyer, what's your top 3? John, where are you? Where's your top 3 boogeymen? Yeah, I'm trying to think what other Wes Craven. I mean, Wes Craven's just a genius in this genre. Though, yeah,
To a
you're right.
point.
To a point, yeah. All right, Sawyer's thinking. John's not thinking. What do you guys got this weekend? Dave's got work.
What,
Last weekend of work.
the Browns lose.
Hey, Browns aren't gonna lose. Browns are gonna win tomorrow or Sunday. I actually think that.
I hope so, but
I'm so mad I didn't bet on them winning on Sunday.
I'm so mad that I did bet them to win on Sunday, but I parlayed it with some other games that didn't go.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Dang. I'm so mad because I just had a feeling they were going to beat the Ravens, and I knew the odds or the spread was going to be nice. Like, I think it was a plus 325 or something like that. I was like, oh, I should have done it. John says he's smashing hot dogs. Dang, that does sound good. I'm probably going to smash some more Snickers after this. Or Hershey bars. I let the kids have like 2 pieces of candy when we got home.
and you're just going to eat the rest of it.
Well, it's funny
Get that
'cause-
protein in.
yeah. Well, I thought it was funny because like that is John is definitely on some. It is pretty scary. Blanky, is it John? John's a big Blanky fan, I think. Oh, Daniel had the new Kit Kat flavor. I had the Kelsey Brothers cereal the other day, and I'm not gonna lie, it was okay. It wasn't as good as you'd think because they mix cinnamon toast crunch, Cocoa Puffs. What else was there? Oh, Lucky Charms.
Oh, so you get some marshmallows in there.
And I thought it was underwhelming. Like my biggest thing, I love Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Reese Puffs, and I love Reese Puffs, but everything was like tamed, like toned down. Like all the flavors were like not great. Like I just want a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, I guess. Oh yeah. See, I knew it. I remember John was afraid of the blanket scene. Floating blanket coming to give his owner love. It's fucking scary. It's like Toy Story, but with things that
with
you
Michael
sleep
Jackson in South Park.
with.
Blanket, come here.
That's a good point. The Kelsey brothers are ripping off existing series. I hope they don't make money off of it. Like, can we call it the movie podium cereal and it's just Cocoa Pebbles with marshmallows? All right, Sawyer's got The Thing at number 3. That's fair. Oh, 2, Michael Myers. I can't believe
like that.
Xenomorph got so high, but I don't blame it. Oh, and number 1,
You're getting Jason in there.
Jason Damian Voorhees. Nice. Very nice.
I was thinking about Jason on there, but
I know he didn't even get a shout out. I've kind of, I mean, I didn't overlook him, but I also, nobody talked about him. Sawyer's a big Jason guy. Interesting. So
I'm not a big Jason guy, so it's.
Yeah, I think it's funny. We all have our dude, right? Mine's Freddy.
The weird thing, I want to say I'm not a slasher guy, but then I named
Daniel
fucking
sees
Freddy
that kind of
and
stuff.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, they're not necessarily slashers, though. I mean, they're sorta. I don't know. Nobody said Ghostface from Scream. Just kidding. All right. Well, this has been fun. What are you watching, Dave?
What?
What are you watching?
Nothing. I'm just getting ready.
Oh, nice. What are you gonna watch?
I'm gonna play video games.
Oh man, Prawn. Daniel says
He's
you're
gonna-
gonna watch some Prawn.
Yeah.
Why would you want to
Reverse
look up?
the R and R.
I'm not looking. You got it. The
That
camera
doesn't- that-
makes me makes it look like I'm going like I'm.
it
literally
does.
at the speed right
It does. I know, and I should be going like this the whole time. But all right, I'm not sure what I'm gonna watch. I might watch
I
a
mean,
scary movie.
The
It's
podcast. The
Halloween.
podcast has been over for the last 20 minutes.
Yes, it
and we've
has.
just
No, I'm not.
been bullshitting.
I'm all for the bullshitting.
Yeah, Beth and I are going to continue watching some Halloween because
Tonight?
she's never watched the series.
Are you gonna watch Halloween
And-
2 tonight?
I want to because it continues off.
Go for
right when
it.
the movie ends.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Well,
looking forward to it.
no worries, Sawyer. You can catch up. We ripped on some stuff. All right. Well, thanks everybody for checking us out. Happy Halloween to everybody. Hope everybody gets
Happy
some
Halloween.
booze, candy, hot dogs, blankets, whatever you're looking to get. And don't forget to turn your clocks back
Oh, on Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
If you don't have kids, you get to sleep in. I'll leave it at that. All right. Thanks for tuning in to your show, our show, not your show, unless you want it to be. It's our show. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. And later, everybody.
Later.
Bicycle.
Boom.